Imagine an order of warriors so feared that they're given absolute authority to hunt down rogue mages, stop demonic threats, and even decide the fate of entire magical communities. But here's the twist: these aren't just your average knights. They're bound by strict vows, fueled by a mysterious substance, and driven to protect humanity at any cost, even if it means walking a fine line between saviours or oppressors. The Templar Order is the military arm of the Elysian Chantry. Their main mission? To keep magic under control. This means they're constantly on the lookout for abominations and rogue mages who pose a threat to the innocent. Some see Templars as noble protectors, holy warriors who keep dangerous magic at bay. But others argue they're simply enforcers of the Chantry's power, focused more on obedience than on doing what's morally right. The Templars we know today evolved from an earlier group known as the Inquisition. In the early days, the Inquisition hunted down threats of all kinds, blood mages, heretics, you name it. It was a harsh and terrifying time. But then came the Navarran Accord, an agreement made in 120 Divine that ended this intense era. The Inquisition split into two groups, the Seekers of Truth and the Templar Order. The Templars' new mission shifted from hunting to guarding, acting as protectors rather than ruthless hunters. While many people in Thedas see Templars as heroes, the truth is complicated. As the Chantry's military arm, Templars are recruited for both their combat skills and their unwavering faith. They're tasked with shielding the public from magical threats, and interestingly, they also protect mages from fearful mobs. But their loyalty to the Chantry often means they must follow orders without question, putting obedience above personal beliefs or compassion. This tension is central to the Templars' image. Are they really protectors, or are they tools of control? Templars are often recruited as young teens, undergoing a strict training process that shapes them into disciplined warriors. They're mostly men, though there are female Templars as well, who choose to defend their faith in a different way than their fellow sisters. Training takes years, covering everything from swordsmanship to religious teachings. But there's one key aspect of their power: the use of lyrium. This magical substance gives them special abilities, but it also binds them to the Chantry, reinforcing their loyalty and dependence. The Templar Order is more than just an assembly of knights. It's a structured organisation with a clear hierarchy. At the very top, we have the Knight Vigilant, the ultimate leader of the Order, ruling from the White Spire in Val Royale. Beneath them are the Knights Divine, a special division of Templars directly serving the Divine, managing daily operations and enforcing the Divine's will. Each circle of Magi has a Knight Commander who acts as the main leader, tasked with overseeing the Templars stationed there. Under them, the Knight Captains serve as their right hands, stepping in to relieve them if they overstep their authority. Following them in rank are the Knight Lieutenants, Knight Corporals, and then the Knight Templars, commonly just called Templars, who form the base of the Order after taking their vows. Finally, there are the Templar Recruits, the new initiates learning the ropes of the Order. Each Templar branch operates within a designated area, whether stationed at a circle of Magi or assigned to a local chantry. Some branches are larger and more powerful than others, especially in major cities like Kirkwall, where the Templars hold considerable sway, sometimes even overshadowing the local government. But the Order doesn't operate unchecked. Above them and separate are the Seekers of Truth, acting as Watchers of the Watchmen. The Seekers serve as a form of accountability, ensuring that the Templars don't overreach their mandate. Becoming a Templar requires major sacrifices. While Templars don't take a vow of chastity, they're discouraged from marrying or raising families, as it's hard to balance duty with personal obligations. Marriages within the Order are rare, especially if it's with another Templar or a mage, and are generally discouraged. Non-human recruits like elves and dwarves aren't barred from joining, though they're quite uncommon in the Order. The life of a Templar isn't just about protecting the world from rogue magic. It's also about safeguarding mages from the outside world. Fear and distrust of mages are common, and without the Templars, the public might see them as too dangerous. Outside the circle, Templars are tasked with hunting down rogue mages, known as Maleficarum apostates, and even abominations who have been corrupted by demonic possession. They also search for new mages who've just come into their powers, bringing them into the circle to be trained. Inside the circle, their duties are more delicate. They observe mages for any signs of instability or corruption, intervening when necessary. One of the most critical responsibilities is overseeing the harrowing, a dangerous ritual that tests a mage's strength against possession. If a mage falters, a Templar must be ready to act and, if necessary, kill to prevent a demon from entering our world. Templars also have a powerful yet controversial duty called the right of annulment. If a circle is deemed beyond saving, a Templar can request permission to eliminate every mage within it. This grim option, reserved only for extreme situations, underscores the power and the potential oppression of the Order. Templars are formidable in combat, but it's their unique skills that make them truly fearsome to mages. Using a special mineral called lyrium, Templars develop the power to neutralize magic itself. When a mage tries to tap into the Fade to cast a spell, a Templar can cut them off entirely, making magic impossible to cast. From a mage's perspective, Templars are like walls of reality that make spells fizzle out, creating a seemingly stubborn world that resists being reshaped. Their abilities are enhanced by lyrium, which they prepare using filters, special kits containing tools to create their daily dose. If a Templar stops taking lyrium, they gradually lose their powers. Though Templars are primarily trained to counter mages, they're also skilled enough to handle demons and Fade creatures. This rigorous training makes them some of the most elite warriors in Thedas, with lessons in history, mental discipline, and even the sacred chant of light. With power comes a price, and for Templars that price is lyrium addiction. Lyrium gives them ability to resist magic, but it's also highly addictive, both physically and mentally. After a few days without lyrium, Templars start feeling withdrawal symptoms. Within a month, they can begin losing touch with reality and fall into paranoia or even madness. Prolonged use also causes memory loss, with forgotten songs and names that slowly fade over time. Withdrawal symptoms can be severe, ranging from fatigue and headaches to hallucinations and intense cravings. Some Templars become so dependent that, even if they retire, they're granted a small lyrium stipend to manage their addiction. For those expelled from the Order, however, there is no such provision and many suffer greatly. The Chantry controls the supply of lyrium, making Templars heavily dependent on them, a form of control some see as intentional. For a Templar, lyrium provides boldness and a sense of empowerment, but in the long run, it can rob them of peace, sanity, and even their own memories. The Templars' control over mages and their dependence on lyrium often sets the stage for brewing conflicts. Knight Commander Meredith in Kirkwall, for example, became infamous for her oppressive tactics, and her right-hand man Cullen was deeply loyal to the Order's mission. But tensions rose as Meredith's rule turned increasingly tyrannical. Her strict enforcement of the Templar authority eventually led to rebellion within the Circle, and this uprising became a flashpoint for conflict throughout Thedas. In this volatile climate, the Templars faced a choice: continue enforcing the Chantry's heavy-handed approach or stand against it. Many Templars broke away, leading to a rift within the Order and sparking the Templar Rebellion. It was a turning point, not only for mages, but also for the Templars themselves, forcing them to question their loyalties, their duties, and their true cost of their power. The Templars are complex figures in Thedas, protectors and enforcers, bound by duty and shackled by addiction. Their story is one of sacrifice, power, and inner conflict, balancing the safety of the world against the rights of mages. But as we've seen, their journey is far from straightforward, and for many Templars, the path leads to a crossroads between loyalty and freedom.